Hold on to your seats, Chiefs Kingdom, because the story of the Kansas City Chiefs has taken yet another dramatic turn. A franchise that has defined the modern NFL with brilliance, resilience, and championship swagger now finds itself staring straight into uncertainty, grit, and belief. The big question echoing from coast to coast tonight is simple, but powerful. Can the Chiefs rise again, even as their greatest star fights his toughest battle yet? Let's start with the heartbeat of this organization. The Kansas City Chiefs are not just another football team. This is a franchise built on legacy, on moments that live forever. From the glory days of Len Dawson lifting Super Bowl IV in 1969 to the modern dynasty under head coach Andy Reid, the Chiefs have become synonymous with winning. Super Bowl titles in 2020, 2023, and 2024 didn't just add trophies to the case, they cemented a football empire in the heart of Missouri. And at the center of that empire stands one man who has redefined what greatness looks like at quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, the two-time NFL MVP, the magician with the football, the player who can turn chaos into art in a single snap. When Mahomes went down in Week 15 against the Los Angeles Chargers, tearing the ACL and LCL in his left knee, the entire football world seemed to freeze. Arrowhead went quiet. Chiefs Kingdom held its breath. And suddenly, the future felt fragile. Now, fast forward to Monday's end-of-season press conference. Andy Reid, calm, composed, and steady as ever, delivered the update everyone was waiting for. Mahomes, he said, is doing great. Two simple words, but words that carry hope. Reid emphasized that his quarterback has attacked rehab with intensity, describing Mahomes as in there grinding. This isn't just recovery. This is resolve. This is the mindset that has fueled one of the greatest runs in NFL history. There's no firm timetable yet, no guarantees, but the tone matters. The direction matters. And right now, everything points toward optimism that Mahomes could be ready for Week 1 of the 2026 season. For Chiefs fans, that alone feels like oxygen. But let's not sugarcoat the present. The 2025 season didn't end the way anyone in Kansas City imagined. Without Mahomes, the Chiefs stumbled. Sunday's 14-12 loss to the Las Vegas Raiders marked the sixth straight defeat to close the campaign. 6 losses. For a team that once felt untouchable, that number stings. It raises questions. It fuels doubt. And it forces hard decisions. One of those decisions came quickly. Less than 24 hours after the season finale, the Chiefs waived quarterback Shane Buechele. Signed just days after Mahomes' injury, and following Gardner Minshew's own ACL tear, Buechele was thrust into a near-impossible situation. Against the Raiders, he completed 7 of 14 passes for 88 yards. He also took 5 sacks. That stat line tells a bigger story. Protection issues. Timing problems. A roster stretched thin by injuries and circumstance. Buechele now becomes an unrestricted free agent, with the possibility of returning to the Buffalo Bills, where he spent much of the season on the practice squad. Meanwhile, Kansas City continues reshaping its depth, signing linebacker Cam Arnold, defensive tackle Marcus Harris, wide receiver Jimmy Holiday, and offensive tackle Matt Waletzko to reserve and future contracts, while also parting ways with defensive back Tanner McAllister. These moves may not grab headlines, but they matter. Championships are built not just on stars, but on the margins. And speaking of stars, this moment invites reflection. Because this team is more than one player, even when that player is Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce, the future Hall of Fame tight end, remains one of the most dominant mismatches in football, a player whose chemistry with Mahomes has terrorized defenses for nearly a decade. Chris Jones continues to anchor the defense with power, intelligence, and leadership, collapsing pockets and changing games without always showing up in the box score. Isaiah Pacheco runs with a fury that embodies the blue-collar spirit of the city. Tactically, the Chiefs are still one of the most fascinating teams in football. Andy Reid's offensive system thrives on spacing, misdirection, and timing. When Mahomes is healthy, it's a nightmare to defend. Motions before the snap, layered route concepts, and the constant threat of Mahomes extending plays force defenses into impossible choices. Defensively, Steve Spagnuolo's aggressive schemes rely on pressure and disguise, daring quarterbacks to make mistakes. That identity doesn't disappear overnight. Historically, adversity has never scared this franchise. Remember, before Mahomes, there were questions. Before the Super Bowl wins, there were playoff heartbreaks. And yet, the Chiefs adapted. They evolved. They learned. Comparing Mahomes statistically to other quarterbacks of his era, his efficiency, touchdown rate, and postseason success already place him in rare air. Even injured, his presence looms over the league. Around the NFL, analysts are split. Some believe the Chiefs' window is closing. Others see this as a temporary pause before another surge. One former player told us, "If Mahomes is healthy, the Chiefs are never out of it. Ever." Another analyst added, "This might be the most dangerous version of Kansas City, the one with something to prove." And let's not forget the environment. Gayha Field at Arrowhead Stadium isn't just loud. It's legendary. The tomahawk chop echoing through the stands, the Red Sea of fans, the cold air in December that seems to energize the home team, it all matters. Opponents feel it. Players feed off it. Rivalries with the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers are fueled by that intensity, while postseason battles against teams like the Bills and Bengals have become modern classics. Off the field, Mahomes remains a cultural icon. Endorsements, commercials, community work, his influence stretches far beyond football. Kelsey's media presence continues to grow, bridging sports and pop culture in a way few athletes ever have. This team isn't just relevant. It's woven into the fabric of the league. So what comes next? The offseason will be about patience, precision, and preparation. Mahomes' rehab is priority number one. Building depth at quarterback, reinforcing the offensive line, and maintaining defensive consistency will define the months ahead. If Mahomes returns healthy, the Chiefs instantly re-enter the Super Bowl conversation. If not, this becomes a test of organizational strength. But here's the truth, Chiefs Kingdom. This franchise has earned the benefit of belief. Belief in Andy Reid. Belief in the locker room. Belief in a culture that refuses to fold. This is the Chiefs we love. This is the Chiefs we know. Tested, doubted, but never finished. So stay locked in, stay loud, and stay ready. Because the road back to glory may be uncertain, but if history has taught us anything, it's this: never count out Kansas City. Not now. Not ever. Tune in, follow the journey, and get ready, because the next chapter of Chiefs football is already being written.